I'm gonna make a quiche real quick. Just took it out of my freezer pan. Took one of my out of my freezer. Real easy. Take some fresh spinach or frozen spinach. I'll just take probably about, let's say about half of this. That's what I have cooked down with onions. Somebody the other day said, "Oh, you better watch that spinach, it's bad." No, it's not bad, and it won't hurt you. I've been doing this for 40 years. I'll just line the bottom of that pan, kind of with the spinach. Like that, like that. Just make sure we get enough for. Okay. Now we got that little bit of spinach. Let me get a bowl so I can crack our eggs. We'll, let's try five eggs. I know y'all probably get tired of this quiche, but y'all want to know everything about what we're eating. Well, you get to see it, because this is what we eat. My mother, she likes cereal, but she'll eat quiche occasionally. Occasionally. Alright, there's one. There's two. Three. This is just easy for y'all. You got people coming. Make these up. And I've even made them up as a little shell. Gotta get them little shells out there. So you don't have shells in there. I made these up to where I put some pepper. Y'all gotta have salt, so we'll put a little salt. And I always put just a little hint of garlic into mine, because it's good for you. Garlic is a natural antibiotic. Alright, I'm going to use some cream in this, just regular cream. I like that. Let me get this put up. I'll get this put up, and then I'll get some cheese. Can't forget the cheese. Let's see, I'll show y'all. Now you can take any kind of roasted turkey, roasted ham pieces, even the small lunch meat pieces, you can chop them and put those in your quiche. Now this quiche may not be the way that they do it at the Ritz Hotel. This is the way we do it here. Okay. I'm gonna just beat my eggs. I'm gonna add some cheese. Let me get this over here. I'm gonna add my cheese to this. Okay. Now then, I'm just gonna pour my egg mixture right down into that. Kind of swish it around a little bit. Put a little more cheese on top, not much. Okay. I didn't have no chopped onions because I've used them all, but I would usually put a chopped onion in this. So now I'm going to put this in the 350 oven. And I'm going to bake it on convection for 15 minutes. And then we'll be back. Okay, I thought, I better get the onions and the butter into my pan and try to get these. I know y'all are going to wonder about this video being such a mishmash today, but that's the way my life is around here. It's a mishmash, and I'm sorry, but y'all say film whatever you're doing so we can see it. Well, I've got to go into the town, but I've got to get these. I'm going to turn this light on. I'm going to get these diced onions and butter, and I've just put them in my pan. These are for the green beans that I'm taking to the library, so I'm going to turn that up. Now remember, these are Allen's green beans, and I just open the can, wipe them up, wash them off, then open the can, and I pour the whole thing with juice and all into your, whatever you're going to cook. Put juice and all in there. So that's two big 38 ounce cans, which would be 2 pounds and 37 green beans. So now we'll just mix those around. And I've already added a little salt, a little pepper, a little garlic. See, now I'll tell y'all there's sometimes little bean sprouts. See those little bean sprouts? Or not, well yeah, it'd be a sprout. Vine, I guess the vine. See, there's another. You have to watch for those. Go through there and look. Try not to cut your beans up too much with your spoon. Now you can add ham to this and all that, but since this is for the less fortunate, I don't know that they're not Jewish or anything like that, so I just use onions and the beans and a little garlic, and I'm going to let these boil down till they can boil the fire out of them, and that'll just get like a syrup, a bean syrup, and it'll be good. I'll be back. Okay, I got back from town. Got the green beans delivered. Mother went with me, got our green beans delivered. I took her to the nail shop, which we never ever do, but I think she deserved it. So we got our fingernails and toenails done because that's something we do around the holidays every year. And she got a real pretty pink with glitter. She's all glittery now. I went by the Mexican store the other day when I was in another little town, and I got this jasmine rice, which is usually kind of expensive, but this was, they have it at the Mexican store really low price. And then I bought 2 bottles of the Mexican vanilla blend because my Mexican vanilla is just about out. And until I can get the kind that I'm used to, we're going to use this. And I got a tortilla press, which I use for many different things. And this good metal one was only about $13. And it's heavy, heavy. Use it for our, well, I'll show y'all things that we use it for. Okay. Get this put up. What I do is buy this mix, and I just, easy. This wouldn't be my regular, but it's easy enough to where I can make her fresh coleslaw every day or 2, and she likes it. So that's all that matters. Today I'm going to put a, let me rinse these off. I'm going to put bell peppers on it. In it. And some green onions. 1 green onion. Okay, those I washed off. Dipped them in my soda water. Clean my vegetables with soda water, and let's cut that top off there. Now that one we don't really need our peppercorn because it's tiny, a little tiny pepper, so I'll just do it with my hands. I was going to do the bean salad. And I'm not so sure if I'm going to now. Because those beans turned out so well that I'd rather have them for like beans and cornbread. Now I was pleasantly surprised. I'm not going to use all of this. Yeah, I was surprised that those beans, y'all, turned out as good as they did. So now we got some bell pepper we can put in the refrigerator and use this week. Let me get this root system off of here and chop just a little bit of this. Let me go ahead and chop this so I can get this done. Get this taken care of, get it put in the ice box. And then Mother will have some slaw. There is so many million ways to make slaw, with sugar, without sugar, with vegetable, without vegetable, with, you know, so I just make it with what I've got on hand. I really do. Most of the time it's a similar, very similar. Always put a little onion in it because it gives it good flavor, you know, with the onion. Take a little of the greens. That's good enough. Now I can use that greens. I use those in scrambled eggs, and they're so good. Let's just put our bell pepper down in there. If I'd have been thoughtful, no, I wouldn't have. I thought about it. I saw that the red peppers, a green bell pepper, is 75 cents. If I'd have bought the red pepper, it was $1.88. And I thought, for just because of the color, I'm not trying to impress nobody, so we're not going to spend that extra amount of money on this. Okay, let me get these put back in the refrigerator. And I'm going to put a little, remember yesterday I got that celery. And that's always good. Get you a piece of celery. Let's get that younger one, that younger piece. And then we'll chop that. And we're gonna end this video here in just a little bit, y'all. I'm trying to get a little bad place on that. Okay, let's just. Usually I'll skin that, peel that, get that old, some old, I don't know, veins out of that, so your celery won't have, so when you chew it, it won't, you know, so you don't have all them things in there. Maybe, I don't think I did that, but it was acting like I'd already did that. Oh well. I've never seen one that didn't have them. We're just wanting it for a little, just a little flavor into this cabbage salad. That's what we'll call it. It's not my coleslaw or my grandmother's coleslaw, but it's the way I'm doing it today. And it'll be good. For those of you that can chew it, for those of like Billie Jean, might as well forgo it. My mother can eat coleslaw no matter what, so I had to buy some more real mayonnaise. This was about $4. The Hellmann's and all that, and the Dukes, $9, $8, $9. I thought, I'm not paying that. That's too expensive. We're not paying that when it's the same stuff. My brother-in-law, I had a brother-in-law that worked at Pillsbury years ago, and he said when the Pillsbury cans, they would change them over to Great Value or something, it was the same biscuit on the line. So from then on, I decided I'm doing it this way. I'm just going to use whatever. Now, if I find out one brand is not as good as another, I probably will change back. But, okay, let's do our pepper. We'll get a little bit of, let's get a little bit of our onion powder. Just a little onion powder, a little pepper. A little lean and DeLuca garlic. We'll just mix that around, see if we've got enough mayonnaise on it. Yeah, I used to use only Duke mayonnaise for anything. But Lord, when I saw it's $9 a jar now, just in the past month and a half, I said, nope, we're not doing this. We can forget this. Better put a little salt since his mother, she can have salt. Well, darn you. Guess I didn't have none in there. I have to use my hand because I can't see that salt coming in. Okay, that's a good. Now, I'm not putting sugar in this. Grandmother's, some of her recipes got sugar in it, I'm not doing it. So there's a coleslaw, we got that made. And we'll go to next. We'll go to next. I'll put a little bit of lime juice in that coleslaw because I like the way that lime juice does. Just a little bit. Gives it a, especially this Nanny and Joe's key lime juice. And we'll use some of the key lime lemon juice on my fish, my salmon, when I get ready to eat. Now there's some coleslaw. That'd be good. If you like coleslaw. Okay, let's set this over here till we get let me get the sour cream put up, and these Simply potatoes, I'm not cooking them tonight. So we're going to put them in the refrigerator. We're going to put the sour cream in the refrigerator. Now I could do a béarnaise sauce or hollandaise sauce or any kind of sauce, but we're just going to have green beans with our salmon once I get that salmon cooked. Let me rinse my knife off. Now this salmon, once I cook it, see, Mother said she would eat salmon this evening, but she's not a gung-ho salmon person. This here is doesn't have any. That light's too bright, I think, again. This salmon doesn't have any skin on it. Now most of it that I get does. Let me get a plastic because I don't put pork or seafood on my block without cutting it. So I'm going to take this salmon and I'm going to cut it into, oh, I'd say let's do it this way, just blocks, so I can, I've got to use this salmon because it's going to ruin it if I don't, so. That's why we're having to get rid of it, and that's okay too. Now I'm going to cut a, let me get an onion here, another one of these onions. I'm going to cut, peel that onion off. Sorry I don't have a camera over here, it's a sink. But we just have to do what we got to do till we can get everything done. So now I've got the salmon is cut there. Got a little onion. I'm cutting the root system off. We'll use that. Let me get a Let me get one of our corrupt pans. Let me get a handle. Let me get a handle and a corrupt pan. God, break it. Okay, I'm going to put some key lime olive oil in here. It's just good for your fish. I do that or butter, but today we're doing we can put a little dab of butter in it anyway also. Just get a little dab of butter. Well, that key lime key lime juice, olive oil is absolutely divine smelling. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut these little onions and just brown them a little bit. Saute them, not brown them. Gives a good flavor to your salmon. Cut those kind of small. Okay. Get that down in there. Yeah, I do salmon a lot. Used to a lot, but not with mother. I don't do it a lot. I'm gonna put just a little black pepper just down in there so I don't forget it. Won't hurt you. Won't hurt it. This salmon, once these onions get kind of sauteed, we'll get a lemon. Get a half of a lemon. I'll use that. Now I'm going to just take this salmon with the skin side as it would be down. Turn this down. A little lemon on it. I'll just flip that, each one of those, flip them. It don't take but, I would say 5 minutes. Cooked salmon, it don't take very long. You don't want it dry. So you don't want to overdo it. You just kind of watch that. And you can see that is already done, I would say. There's just a little, let me show you. Just a little bit of pink. Right there. See that little bit of, just a dab of pink. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave that there. Now I'll go ahead and turn my fire off. I'm going to get a little, just a little lid. And I'm just going to set it there so that will kind of steam that. That's all you want. Let me get this cleaned up. see with that salmon, you could have done rice. You could do béarnaise sauce. You could do potatoes au gratin. We're going to do green beans because they're good for us. Let me get a lid rag. And I'm going to just check this. See? There's still just a little bit of pink. Now y'all can see in that camera. See that 2 dots? It looks like 2 dots of pinkness. Well, you notice here it's done. These thinner pieces, you can't really pick them up, but you want to get those all done. So we'll let that steam. May turn the fire back on just a hair. And I'm going to take this lid off, this handle off, and let that just sit there and steam good. Because if you keep cooking it, it's going to get dry. You do not want it dry because that's the worst thing you have is salmon that's dry. So while we're doing that, I'm just going to let that do its own thing. I'm going to get us a bowl to put these in because we need to take them up anyway. See, there's our green bean and potatoes. So now we're not going to reheat that because there's our coleslaw. We're not going to reheat that. I'm just waiting on the salmon to get fixed so we can eat. I'm not having bread or none of that today. I'm going to go ahead and turn that one more time. See that? Oh, it smells so good, y'all. I hope you like salmon. If you don't, you should try it. Like I fixed it. See there now. We got that turned again. And that'll be the perfect salmon. Won't be dry. It's just perfect. It'll be perfect. There's the onion. Get that onion in there. Don't waste that little onion. You know, I get stuff all over the stove. It's easy for me to do. That's them little sauteed onions. Okay. So now, let me get this out of the way. The little blue plates, and I'll put I'll get Mother some coleslaw out here. So we'll have coleslaw on her plate. Let's see if I can bring the camera in a little bit. Pull that over. Get my motor and pestle out of the way. Okay, so we got our coleslaw. She'll like that. We'll get some of these green beans, but the way I'm going to do that, since they need to be heated, I'm going to put them in one of the bowls. She won't eat a lot, so I'm just going to put them in the microwave for just a few minutes. Not much. Make sure this salmon is good, and go ahead and put a little more lemon juice on it while you can. Cut that, you can cut a little wedge of that put on the plate if you want to, just so they look nice. Just gives it a little look. We got the little bit of green beans, and now we'll get I use these old cake decorating better than anything in the world. I'm going to put Mother, let's just say two small pieces of salmon. And that's what we're going to have tonight, is our salmon and coleslaw and green beans. So that's been our days of today. You've been along the whole day. I hope you enjoyed it. If you need to, you could. I was going to show y'all real quick. I took the cranberry sauce out of the freezer that I made last year. So now we've got some good cranberry sauce thawing out for our little holiday. But here we are. God bless you. God bless us. God bless the United States. If you have to fast forward, go ahead. We'll talk to you soon. God bless you. Bye-bye.